Hello students, welcome to my class. We are going to learn computer science with Java. Introducing Java. Introduction of Java and simple Java programs we are going to learn here. So let's talk about the topics to cover today. First of all is the introduction, what Java is actually. Second is about Java. We are going to cover history, bytecode, Java virtual machine, and characteristics of Java. Third is simple Java programs. We are going to understand what are different parts of a Java program, and we are going to create and run some Java programs using some methods. So let's start with the introduction. So Java is a high-level third generation programming language like C, Visual Basic, etc. So when we talk about third generation, it means we had two earlier generation before this. So that were machine language generation, or second was assembly language. The third type of this language is third generation programming language. One of the example is Java. So you can use Java to write computer application that crunch numbers, means work with the numbers, process words, play games, store data, or do any of the thousands of other things computer software can do. It means what? We are going to do some calculations with numbers. We can process words, means we are going to use the text also. We can process text also. We can play games, means we are going to work with the graphics also. And to use store data means we are working with the databases also. We are able to process some sort of data also. So whatever type of software you see and use, we are able to make using Java. So what is the most special about Java when we compare it with the other programming language? So it lets you write special programs called applets that can be downloaded from the internet and played safely within a web browser. It means what? These are some softwares you open in your computer browser and you are able to execute, and without harming or without affecting your safe computer files. So that is going to be something special we are going to learn at a later stage. So today we are going to do what we are going to introduce Java. Java is both a programming language and a platform. Now, like any other programming language, you can use Java to write or create various types of computer applications. Java is a platform, means what? It is a platform for application development. A platform is a loosely defined computer industry buzzword that typically means some combination of hardware and system software that will mostly run all the same software. It means what actually, when we talk about computer hardware, we have different type of hardwares like Macintosh computer, we have IBM computers, we have different machines like we can say a mobile phone, we have a washing machine. So different type of hardwares are there. And what are system software? When we talk about, you must have come to know about Windows, Linux. In mobiles we use iOS, in mobile we use Android. So these are some system software. So it may be a hardware, it may be a software, it may be a combination of hardware and software that makes a platform. So Java is a platform for application development also. Now we just go through about the history of Java, a small history. Java started as an allied program project named as Green to find a way of allowing different electronic devices such as T-top or set-top boxes. Means this was started for programming small electronic devices. Okay, using a common language. Common language is that it was started as a common language to produce a common language for programming small devices. Java programming language was written by James Gosling along with two other persons, Mike Sheridan and Patrick Newton, while they were working at Sun Microsystems. Major milestone in Java history are release of source code of Java virtual machine as free and open source software. Now when we talk about FOSS or free open source software, it reminds us about the time when companies or some software companies like Microsoft was heading the industry, and there was a great demand of some free or open source software, so that anybody can learn programming and able to do some programming experiments. So it was a major milestone in Java history when source code of Java Virtual Machine was introduced as free open source software under the terms for the GNU General Public License in the first decade of 21st century. Java comes in various platforms. Java card for smart cards. So when we talk about these smart cards we are using nowadays as ATM cards or some other cards, Java cards were introduced where we were able to use some electronic devices using Java programming for making some electronic transactions, money transaction at various point of sales to buy something. Then we have Java Platform Micro Edition, targeting environments with limited resources. So there are three types of editions: micro editions for small devices, small places. Then we have Java Platform for Standard Edition, targeting workstation environments. Workstations are small nodes or machines. And Java Platform for Enterprise Edition, targeting large distributed enterprise on internet environment. Now we see the Java compilation process. When we write a Java program, they are stored as .java files. Okay, so a Java program is basically written in a text editor and it creates a Java file. It is then processed using a program known as Javac or Java compiler. Now, what is a compilation process? It converts basically a soft copy of any programming language into a machine understandable copy, okay, or object code. So here something is different we are going to talk about later. So we have a compiler known as Javac, using which a Java program is compiled. Then we have the outcome of that as a Java bytecode program. It is basically a class file that is used to execute that Java file on the computer. Okay, so we see we have a program written in the Java at the left side, okay, and at the right side you are able to see the same Java program converted into its bytecode. So you will be able to see the right side code is not basically understandable by a human being, okay, and it is something as known as a Java bytecode and class file. So we have different type of machines or platform. In the same manner we have different type of interpreter for Macintosh, Windows and Unix platforms. Now what a Java virtual machine is actually? Programs written in Java are compiled into Java bytecode, which is then interpreted by a special Java interpreter for a specific platform. This Java interpreter is known as Java virtual machine. So that is about the process of Java compilation. So we see into it once again. First of all, we have Java source file .java. Then we have a compiler. Using that, we convert this into Java class file. That is actually Java bytecode. And Java bytecode is executed on any interpreter, okay, and on any operating system. Now we see some characteristics of Java. Java is a platform independent language. It gives platform independence. It means what? That a program written in Java and executed or converted into a class file or bytecode can be executed on any platform, any hardware or software or a combination of any platform. It can be executed. Write once, run anywhere. It's the same thing here. This term we use for the softwares, for the programs that are written for any of the platform and can be executed in any other program. Lightweight code. Code is what actually is the executable file the code of Java program is small in size, so it is known as lightweight code. It's small because it is converted into byte code, not into a machine understandable code, but into a code that is understandable by JVM. So it does not contain a number of definitions that are basically contained by other programming languages code. So it is small in size, or we can say lightweight. Java provides a good security, and that has made it being used worldwide. Built-in graphics, object-oriented language. Now when we talk about object-oriented language, this makes Java very special. And when we say Java, because whatever we do in Java, we using this specialty or characteristics of Java, that is object oriented language. It supports multimedia and it's open product. Open product means what? Anybody can use it without having any sort of license. Now we are going to learn how to create and run a Java program. There are many methods of creating and running Java programs. First is the general method: create a Java source file in any of the text editor, compile the source file and run the program. The second method is using BlueJ editor. Start BlueJ editor, create a folder, create a Java class, write a code, compile and execute it. Third one is using NetBeans ID. So we have an admin ID. We can start NetBeans ID and we can create a new Java project. We can create a design and write code, test run the file and compile and execute it. Okay, so now we have just studied about some of the basic concepts of Java programming language. Now we start working with Java program. So we have to create a Java program using BlueJ. First of all, I'm going to tell you about installation of BlueJ software on a PC. For that, I type in the Google BlueJ Java download. So this is the website. You are able to see bluej.org. I open it up. You are able to see the logo and just scroll it down. We have download and install. So as per your operating system, you are able to download a file and install the software on your PC. Okay, so I have just installed this Windows version because I am using Windows operating system. So let's start the software. Today we are going to just start with the basic programs. So you will have an exposure of how to create a program and execute it using this software BlueJ. So this is the first screen we have. First we need to do what? We need to create a new project. You can give it any name, my first program, or you can write my Java program. Click OK. We'll be able to see BlueJ and my Java program name written at top in the title bar. Now we have this screen. We need to understand something here. First of all, we should know that every program created in Java is written in a new class file. Okay, so I give it a name, my Java program. So we are going to create a class file. I press OK. See, this is a new icon. You are able to see. I just right click on this and open editor. So I have some pre-written text over there. I just press Ctrl A and delete. I have just removed all the text that was there. So I'm going to start writing the program, my Java program. I've given the same name as I have given the name of the class, my Java program. Then versus, I write here public static void main. We are going to create a main function. The main function is the point from where each program are executed. So we are going to make a small program, so it is going to have one function only, that is the main function. Main function is a mandatory to be there in a Java program. So I'm just going to write a simple print statement, system.out.print my Java program, and I'm going to close this braces and this one also. Okay, this is going to be my first Java program. So we need to compile this, close this file, and here go to void main, click over there. You are able to see this my Java program written as an output in this window. This is Blue terminal window. Okay, it shows the outcome, the output. I open it once again, the compiler. Okay, this is a file, this is the name of the class, it is the same as a file name, and I have written a main function over there. If we want to extend this main function, we can just extend this program to do a simple addition. So I take two numbers, x equal 20. I've written integer. Integer means a whole number I'm going to use. Integer y equal 25. Okay, and I take another number, sum equal x plus y. Okay, so I do what? I want to display the sum of these two numbers in my program. I write here sum of two numbers is plus sum. Now I've used here plus and here. This means I am going to add two numbers. This means I am to add this sum, whatever it is coming out, after this text, that is sum of two numbers is the whatever number comes as sum will be displayed after this text. Sum of two number is this. Okay, so what I do, I need to compile this program once again. I close this file, I run the program here. My Java program, sum of two numbers is 45. So what happened here, because we are using this terminal window and whatever was printed using our last program run is not removed yet. So what I need to do, I just clear this window from here. Okay, and I execute my program once again. Now my Java program, sum of two numbers is 45. What has happened here, all the things that I've written in two commands has been displayed on the same line. So what we can do, first of all, we need to go to the program, and instead of writing here print, I use another method, print ln. That does what? It prints everything on a new line. Okay, let us see what happens. Compile the program, execute it. my Java program sum of two number is 45, my Java program sum of two number is 45. Now what has happened the same way, because it was not cleaned, run it once again. My Java program sum of two number is 45. Okay, what is this space here? It is an extra space given by me in the text itself. So this way we are able to execute our program in Java. So students, try once running some simple program. In the next class we will be writing, you will be learning most programs, advanced programs. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. Give your comments in the comments section, and I will be able to understand your needs, and I would try to make some more videos for the same. Thank you.